Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Versa version 2.510 whip dab of the day. Hello, everybody. Today is Thursday. As always, if you enjoy today's topic, don't forget to subscribe, join the family, send a like, and I reply to all comments. Active listening. It's an incredibly important thing to master because are you really listening to people or are you just waiting to talk? Let's discuss how we can become better listeners. Well, when you're sitting face to face in a conversation with someone, whether it's a friend, a child, a partner, or at work, how frequently are you actually thinking of nothing else other than the words coming out of the other person's mouth? Probably not too often. And guess what? You're not alone. Only about 10% of people out there listen effectively. We're so distracted by the amount of bings, bongs, and tweets from our smartphones, not to mention the ever-growing to-do lists we have, and we struggle to focus and listen when people talk to us. And if we're not distracted by technology, you know what's going on in your own brain. Our own thoughts can keep us from listening to another person. We often think we're listening, but we're actually just considering how to jump in to tell our own story. We're perched, ready to go. Offer advice. Make a judgment. In other words, we're not listening. We're waiting to reply. Active listening is an essential skill, and one that has an ability to connect you with other people, truly connect you. And the good news is it's a skill that can be proved upon with effort. It also is a distinct difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is a physiological event. Listening involves our ability to unpack the meaning of words and the silences in between. Why do you want to be an active listener? Well, active listening helps us focus on understanding others and improves our relationships by promoting trust, reducing conflict, and increasing our ability to motivate and inspire those who we're communicating with. Listening to people's stories along with sharing our own can prompt us to put attention in another person's world, which cultivates the true connection. And there are some ways that we can improve and become better listeners. Let's discuss. Well, the obvious one is practice. Practice makes perfect. The following is critical for us. We must put in action in our everyday encounters, being able to face the other person with no distractions. That's right. The idea is to listen to the words for the sake of listening, not for the sake of replying. It's critical that you practice this skill. We want to start from a place of open-mindedness and acceptance. You see, many of us judge what others say and think about what advice to offer as we hear them speak. Well, avoiding that pattern would enable us to focus more on what the person is saying and less on our interpretation. Maybe before entering into a conversation, we ask ourselves a few questions. Can I stay fully present and listen deeply? Can I keep from judging what the other person is saying? Can I refrain from offering advice? Can I avoid interpreting the person's experience? Well, be relaxed, but be attentive with your gaze. The idea behind active listening is not to strain your eyes or concentrate too hard, but to be aware of the speaker in natural, focused way. You want to black out distractions surrounding sounds and activities that might otherwise grab your attention. If someone's speech pattern or accent starts to catch your attention, bring your focus back to the words themselves. You know what a pregnant pause is? It's the silence in between. And a lot of people get uncomfortable with it. And that's why it's considered an awkward silence. But in those pauses in the conversation, we can reflect on the meaning of what a person has just said. Try to keep your mind from wandering during those moments of silence. There may be significance behind the pause itself. And truly, ask open-ended questions. When it feels appropriate to engage in a response, ask questions that are open-ended, such as, what was that like? How did you feel? It'll make for better dialogue and give you the chance to continue gaining more information. Everyone truly has something to say, a story to tell, and words we can learn from. So people encourage everyone to listen, really listen to those around you, whether the speaker is someone you know well, or a new person, or professional acquaintance. You never know where someone else's words will lead you, and you'll never get there if you don't listen. Active listening is critically important. Even if you think you're listening, you're probably not, because you're probably doing that old thing we all do, waiting to jump in and speak your piece. Let's load some diamonds. Hope you enjoyed our discussion about being a better listener and active listening versus hearing. We're going to do our Source Versa 2.510 with the whip dab of the day with diamonds. Here we go. We're going, I think, at 525 degrees. You'll see vapor start to rise into the chamber of the unit, and it's here. I'm going to take my hit. Here it comes. You can see it rising in there. Very cool. See it going? It's going to get cloudier and cloudier in there. You can see the black through, but you won't be able to in a minute. Look at that. I mean, come on. It's not a bubbler. Excuse me. What it is it's a glass piece that fits right where your bubbler would fit. Pops right down into the unit. Got a mouthpiece. It's pretty slick. Source, you did it once again. Randall, hats off to you. This is a cool device. Other brands should take note. Get us further away from the bowl. Distance cools things. Very cool. This has been the Real Senior Stoner and the Whip. Hope you all have a great day, and hope we all learn to listen a little bit better. Cheers.